Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. We go, ooh la la. Okay, ooh la la. On Friday. Like, ooh la la. She go, ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost my friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question really is, where you been? Like, over here on my side, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. What's up, Mac? If that sound like something you can rock with, before you exit off the page and hit stage left, like Diddy off the page, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start my show. Tony, there was no other way. We ain't in the game now. We is in the end game. We ain't in the end because it's Friday. Now I mean, energy is always up on Friday, seems like for most people. Payday, weekend off, and some people do work. But the overall consensus is have fun time. Like, just got paid, it's Friday night. So people, they more nicer, they more pleasant. Seem like they got more energy. Obviously, it's Jumu'ah, so it's, prayer day. You know what I mean? Leave off all business, give thanks, show appreciation, give reverence. You know what I mean? To the Most High for just being here, and also it's a good day, and we in the end game because, like I said, the Islamic belief is that the day the world will end as we know it will be on a Friday, right? While people is dancing and shaking out, the world will end. But we also in the end game because a couple days ago, I think 2 days ago, I think it was yesterday or Wednesday, Brittany Griner, aka as they calling her on all of the big networks, BG. She just came home, or she just was released and came home, and the swap with the Russians and the Americans for the arms dealer was BouT, BouT, you know what I mean? And for her, obviously it's another American over there. I think it was like a financial educator and also an ex-Marine, maybe allegedly spy, kind of, sort of. He over there. What's his name? Waylon? Yeah, Waylon. What's his first name? My bad, y'all. What's his first name? Paul Whelan. He over there for alleged being a spy, and you know what I mean? Like, whether he's a spy or not, I don't know. But he's been in prison over there, I think, for 4 or 5 years. And they say Russia is one of the worst prisons in the world. Like, you know what I mean? And y'all know on the channel, I'm not an angel. I've been to a few prisons in New York State. Still don't hear that they as bad as Russia or like some other, third world country, if you will, where, Mexico, Taiwan, somewhere like that. You hear, even though I've never been, I only can attest to what's over here. But from people that I met from these places that end up finding themselves in the prison system here in America, like this is America, don't catch you slipping, police be tripping, and immigration be tripping, and you find some of these people on the island, downstate, Ulster County or wherever you at, Attica, Elmira, 5 Points, Sing Sing, you know what I mean, Auburn, you know what I mean, shit like that. And when you run into it and say, yo, you know, I did time over here, and, or, you know what I mean, my family member or whatever. And they say the conditions is much more harsh, much more, you know what I mean, like, damn it, man. And over here, they're like, we doing pretty damn decent. Like, PDD, you doing pretty damn decent. You getting 3 hots in the cot. You getting clothes, you know what I mean? And although when you in prison and you incarcerated over here, the feeling is also like, damn it, man. Like, you want to go home. And they released her. Like, you know what I mean? Release the Kraken. They released her. And I did a show on her. You know what I mean? You could go see the other video. And my thoughts was, you don't got to go see the other video right now. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. My thoughts then, as they are now, is, you know, I thought 9 years was definitely assessed. You know, was extra. You know what I mean? Who the fuck's get 9 years for marijuana, for reefer, for poison? And you could clearly see that it was something more to that. Going over there playing ball, which she was doing, to earn more money. Oh, right, because that's your money, son. That's your money. She was going over there to earn more money, play against the, you know, the Russian teams, and, you know, a couple of the WNBA players. They going on the world tour with Muhammad, my man. Go to each and every country with the ball in their hand, London, Russia. You know what I mean? To play ball, and allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, she was getting like 1.5, like the purple tape. Shout outs to Ray and Ghost. 1.5 million. And over here, they don't really get paid that much, even for the top female ball players. They don't get that much. So anyway, long story short, she's home. I know that feeling. That's why I often say on the show, that feeling, that's definitely one of those feelings that I'm talking about. To be released, and who knows what type of bubblegum jail, you know what I mean, system they got on there. Like, she going to the Russian penal system. But this is what I want to talk about before we go off to some other shit. I'm happy she home. I thought it was excessive. You know, you do know the rules, or you should know the rules when you traveling abroad to other countries and places that's not America. And even though myself on the channel, you know, and a lot of people that I'm in, you know, talk with, etc., build with a little bit, if you will, we always look at America with the side eye. That's not breaking news. Like, you know what I mean? It's, you know, you can say where we from, the environment, being in prison, seeing police do shit, seeing people in power do shit, hearing about, you know, politicians and, you know, the shit that they do when they do the shit that they doing when they're supposed to be doing it for us. Always look with the side eye. I'm not just, you know, taking anything for face value. With that being said, still, we know, you know, this is one of the best countries to live in. You could be living anywhere else and you'll want to come back. That's why they all want to come to America. Like, they come into America. You see all the immigrants standing outside, freezing their ass off, waiting to go inside with their dates, you know, to meet their appointments so that they can, you know, go through the necessary steps to become an American citizen. But she home now. You know what I mean? I'm happy that she home. And I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail and, you know, be in a situation like that. So her wife is happy, right? I said her wife. You know, she a part of the LGBTQ and all that shit. And, you know, when they spoke at the White House or wherever they gave the press conference at, you know, she like the wife that is. And some of the NBA, WNBA players have come out now and said as well, it's almost like the narrative is from prisoner to, you know, I was about to say prophet, but not prophet, stuff a lot. Messenger of injustices and people being wrongfully accused. And I know that's a noble position, cause, a passion, a calling, if you will. I won't say she was doing that shit prior. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Shanae Boomer, like, she gonna be the beacon and the WNBA and woo, 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 and We happy you home. We all thought 9 years was out of this world. You should have been more mindful, especially being how you frequent there a lot. But now that you're back, you're going to become the face. This is what they saying. This is not what Lee's saying. Popovich hit the subscribe button. They saying now she's going to be like the face of injustice and for people that's locked up wrongfully in Russia, maybe over here. And I think of, you know, Abu Bumia, You know what I mean? You thinking Geronimo Pratt and a lot of other black political, prisoners. David Gilbert, who's not black, he's white. Down with the Weathermen, met him in Comstock '97. Herman Bell, who just was released, even though after the situation he had, with the police, they just beat him up in his 60s. You know what I mean? Like right before he came on, beat him up real bad. And I got to be around Herman Bell. I'm not gonna say I know him well, nothing like that. Sat at the mess hall table with him, talked with him a little bit, spent the yard with him a little bit in Comstock, '97. All these prisoners, you know what I mean? Political prisoners. We ain't doing that shit for them. We not power to the people and He-Man, I have the power. We not doing that shit for them. So now that she home, and again, I'm happy she home as a person that was locked up, incarcerated, enslaved, closest thing to me to maybe slavery, and obviously without the, the rape and the brutality, how they was doing us, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Still getting called a nigga, seeing brothers get beat up with sticks and all that, handcuffed, get their teeth knocked out without the cameras, you know what I mean? Shit like that when you go to the box and all that, spitting your food, do dumb shit like that. Take your commissary. Don't let you go to your mom's funeral, you know what I mean? When your mother passed and you locked up, one of the worst feelings in the world, definitely not that feeling. That's probably like the whole opposite of the spectrum than that feeling. But anyway, right? So now, like I said, Paul Whelan, he over there, he an American, old white dude, right? Elderly white dude, rather. He been over there for 4 years, so now they supposed to be advocates for him, people like him, and that's cool, because again, it's noble, and we're going to move on. It's just like, I look with the side eye, especially when all of the networks is pushing this agenda, because it's like, you wasn't doing that shit prior. And again, sometimes it take you to see your best friend, your mans in them, overdose on some shit for you to get sober. It may take for you to see some shit before you decide to straighten up and fly right. Like, you know what I mean? So, again, if that's what it is for her, cool, we happy she home. You know what I mean? And be mindful, Americans, like this is America. Be mindful when you traveling about to different places and you stamping that passport and you in somebody else's country. LaBella, who was it? LaMelo Ball and LiAngelo Ball or whatever, when they was in China, stealing out the Gucci store, like green Gucci suit, green Gucci suit. Green Gucci suit, green Gucci suit, pack 100 backwoods and some Gucci shoes. They were stealing out the Gucci store. They said, oh no, we're going to lock you up. We over here, we don't play that. Like over here, we don't play that. And then Trump had to get on the bat line, hit him on the bat line, and, intervene and all that shit. So be mindful. Let's talk about some other shit, though. Speaking how we was talking about the LGBTQ. And y'all know what it is. I got them in my family. We love them. I know people. It is what it is. You're going to live how you want to live regardless, especially in this day and time. Like, can't tell me nothing like la, 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 la. Wait till I get my money right. You can't tell me nothing. And literally, when you attempt to tell people shit, you get blackballed, you get canceled. A lot of shit could happen. But with that being said, you had Gabrielle Union, like, you know what I mean? Like, deliver us from evil. And on some real side note, funny shit, she kind of fake, like, turned into that character. In the last 7 years, it looked like she just turned into that bitch. Like, you know what I mean? From the movie I'm talking about from the movie. You know what I mean? And we love Gabrielle Union, Bad Boy, and, obviously, what was it? Bring It On, you know what I mean? And, I think she's a talented actress. So she came out recently, talking to Jemele Hill. Where the ladies at? Jemele Hill, formerly from ESPN, formerly from her and Kerry Champion. They had their little podcast and shit. And everybody in these YouTube streets running across these social media platforms. This is what it is right now. And they was, I just caught the segment where they was talking about Dwayne Wade's son now trying to transition to be a girl. Zion to Zaire. from Hollis to Hollywood, but is he good? And you know, they was talking about BouT. BouT badass, yeah, BouT. You know what I mean? That one. And she was pretty much, if you ain't see the clip, you know what I mean? If you ain't see it spinning in the clip, it was on fire on Twitter for a little hot minute. You know, a lot of ladies rock with Gabrielle. And you know, it'll always be a war going on outside. No man is safe between the men and the women and shit. Even though black people, oh, but you black. We need to stop that shit immediately. But anyway, she calling him gay, down low, DL, maybe kind of sort of like, you want to tell us something? Safe place over here. Though she was saying it plainly in jest, you could tell she was being serious. You could tell she was being disrespectful. You could tell she was, you know what I mean, doing that shit directly. Like, oh, no, we're not, you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to wait till next time to say names like LL. Like, next time I'm going to say names, LL, shitting from on top of the game, I shot you. I said LL reference. And you jiggling, baby. She was direct, not waiting for next time. She like, yeah, BouT, you want to tell us something? Like, you got a lot of dick on your mind. I said, whoa, whoa, like, whoa. You got a lot of dick on your mind. And, you know, again, trying to be disrespectful. But I don't really want to spend a lot of time on Gabrielle or Dwayne or his son. I did a video on Dwayne, his son, and Gabrielle. I think it was Easter. And time flies. Shit. It was Easter when they took the photo and shit, the photo op, and Zion Wade, you know what I mean? Zion, she was there dressed like how she was dressed, fucking with the white boy who wanted the white girl who wanted to be a boy. It was some real wild Jerry Springer shit, like, cause he's a boy that want to be a girl. The girl he was kissing wants to be a boy. So it was some real writing. So it's still a boy and a girl kissing. It's some real backwards shit. And I thought it was backwards then, and I think it's backwards now. That's just my opinion. You don't got to subscribe to that. Anyway, we see what they doing publicly, if you will, with him, with her. And, you know, the Most High knows best. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't got no kids. I helped raise some kids. Yeah, you know what I mean? Say what you will. Boys to be at that. One is a man now, you know what I mean? Young man still, but nonetheless a man. And the other one is on his way. And I'm proud of him. Even though they not my kids, you know what I mean, biologically. I want the best for them. I want to see them excel, be the best they could be the best version of themselves. And I never would want to hinder them in their early stages of development with some bubblegum shit that's maybe like, we should wait on this. So that when they get of age mentally and, you know, emotionally, well, they can decide for themselves what they want to be, how they should live their life. You only can guide them and give them the example, you know what I mean, like, of what you doing. Like, you know what I mean? Well, Grace, shout out to my nigga Grace, like, you know what I mean? You raise your kids and you pass down your mannerism from how you was dealt. And nobody should really tell you what to do with your child. But when you in the public eye, and the child is a minor, the child, like, you know, we say you can't drink till you're 21, can't drive till you're 15, 16 in some places, shouldn't have sex, and you shouldn't do certain things as a child. And we know children are very impressionable. That's why you kick the shit out of your little brother. Soon as when Bruce Lee go off, you kick the shit out them, and that's why you jump off the top of the stairs with the towel on after you watch Superman, because you think you could do that shit. So as a child, when you see certain things, you're impressionable. You can be led astray. That's why it's up for your parents, you know what I mean, to guide you, to direct you, to give good counsel. So when all this shit play out and people have an opinion of their child and how they doing it, the fuck you gonna say? Like, what the fuck you gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? You can't do nothing else but hustle. Besides, you ain't got the stomach for this shit. And that's a whole reference. Like, the game fucked up. Niggas beats is banging. Niggas lyrics didn't. Nigga, your hook did it. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all niggas is so trash. That's a side note. Niggas is so trash, so uninspiring. And, you know, people gonna have something to say. And people did say something. And BouT is one of them, like, yo, why don't you let that young man decide what he want to do when he get older? And, you know, it's people on the other side, like, yo, that's their kid. They can do whatever they want. And people always say that, like, yo, you can't parent, you know, kids in other homes. But that's why we got the foster system, you know, social services, because we know every parent, just because you have the ability to bring forth a child, don't mean you should be a parent. Some motherfuckers are scumbags and scum of the earth. Dare I say, you know what I mean? Some people are scumbags, scum of the earth. You're not ready to be a parent. You're not mature enough. You're not developed mentally enough. But some people still have them because that's what humans do. So anyway, this is the last thing I want to say about that, as far as Gabrielle Union. And this is to her, and this is to the ladies. Like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? And I spoke about this before, and I'll keep speaking to this, you know, to this topic. Because I think, well, I ain't gonna say it's fair. I know life is not fair. I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that I was right, yet to fail a few times. So, you know what I mean? I'm not squeamish and all that when it comes to blood and failure. It's like, oh yeah, it is what it is. I'm a man. I gotta man up, and I gotta deal with it. That's the reality for me and for most. On the other hand, ladies, a little more shielded, you know what I mean? And we see a lot of circumstances, I won't jump into that too much. But this is what I want to say. On one hand, you know what I mean, it's like you rock with the LGBTQ, you know what I mean? And all the other acronyms, names, all that shit. Like, it's all for sale. You rock with that shit. You cool with it. And if you do, that's you. And that's you. Cool. But then when you disagree with a man, obviously heterosexual, you want to put the gay shame on him. You want to put the down low label on him. You want to say he preoccupied with Sasha's and all that. And I'm just saying, like, you can't have it both ways. It's getting a little old. And then you know, and like I said, I got people in the family and stuff like that. For the people that are of that community, do you feel some type of way when these women keep playing both sides of the fence? Because it's like, no new friends, no new friends, no. Like, what side are you on? Like, you on our side? You fucking with us? Because some of them is your nephews, your nieces, your brothers, your cousins, and all that shit. What was it on Kendrick Lamar album? Auntie? Yeah, what was it? Miss Auntie or some shit like that? Where he was talking about how one of his uncles was gay and, you know what I mean, etc. And a lot of us got it in our family. Like Tamika Mallory said, this shit go back way before time, and it probably do. Who the fuck knows? The point is, if you are of that community, do you feel disrespected? You know, because a lot of people are coming out feeling disrespected, feeling marginalized, feeling like, you know, they don't matter and they want their voices heard. This is the Me Too's, this is all these movements and shit. How do you feel when somebody like her come out and call a straight man, or you bi, or you gay, and you call him gay, and it's plenty of gay people walking around, so it's not even it shouldn't even be used as an insult no more. And then you're not even really addressing what it really is. Those ain't your kids, to my knowledge. You know what I mean? Those ain't your kids. Those is his ex-wife kids. You know what I mean? At least Zion is, and she not cool with it. She don't agree with it. You could say she was outside standing with her kids like a jackass with the sign, I'm Dwayne Wade's wife, Miami. That was some dumb shit she did. You know what I mean? Dumb. And I made her look bad, and it's carrying on. Obviously, he got more money than her, because that's your money, son. Put the silence gag on her. Shut up. Silence, I say. Don't want to hear her. Shut up. He silenced her. And then they moved on to do this shit that they doing. Whether you agree with it or not, far as, you know, it's the last thing I want to say. Whether you agree with what they doing or not in their household with their child, because that's Dwayne Wade's child. She just the stepmom. That's all she is. If they get divorced, the relationship is over. You know, obviously the kids is grown enough now where if they still want to have a relation, you know, then they can. But ultimately, you get married in, you get divorced out. The relationship's, you know, is over. That's not biological. still 14. Like, you know what I mean? When you hear kids get raped or they get manipulated and shit, we get angry because you're like, that's just a child. You know what I mean? So it's, to me, I take the same approach. I don't separate it. You know what I mean? When it comes to certain things, drinking, drugging, having sex, doing certain things, going, you know, kids is not in college yet. Well, if you're smart enough, you might be. You're not doing adult things at 13, 14. You still you still developing. So for them to just, you know, help the course and push along as opposed to saying, well, just give it some time. It's just, if you're going to feel how you're going to feel in 4 more years and 3 more years, let's see how it plays out. You kind of like ushered out and pushed out. So that was my disagreement, and I don't even got no kids. But I still feel that way as an adult and as somebody that love kids. Like Wu-Tang loved the kids. Lee loved the kids. You know what I mean? And, you know, again, when you see, you know, them being unprotected or obviously, you know, done dirty, you feel bad because you're like, damn, an adult should have stepped in. So, you know, the last thing is other ladies, people of the LGBT as well. Y'all gotta tell these chicks that be using that, yo, y'all, you gay and you sound like you're not securing your manhood and all these games and shit we play. You know, shame, insult, guilt, need to be right. Shit Kevin Sanders used to talk about. Let's get to some other shit though, because people be bugging. People be bugging. Let's talk about prime time. It's prime time. This Friday night, you know what I mean? We feeling good, we feeling blessed, we feeling highly favored, as you should. Hit the subscribe button. So Deion Sanders, you know what I mean? Sanders, obviously, prime time, Dallas Cowboys, Atlanta Falcons, and, you know, one of the baddest corners in the NFL. And we're going to give the picks out in a minute. Sunday Fun Day, you know what I mean? Coming soon come. The year's flying by. 2020 is soon over. Hopefully you are elevated, even if it's just a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Try to get better, try to progress, try to help somebody else. And, you know, conquer the weaker things about you. You know what I mean? That only, you know what I mean, that you deal with on a personal level. Anyway, Deion Sanders left Jackson State. He going to Colorado State now. And, you know, it's a lot of stuff being said about Deion. Is he a coon? My ears, shit we be saying, just because it sound cool, just because it's trendy, niggas blow with the wind, you know what I mean? And you go along, get along. I hate motherfuckers like that. Let's just stop the show. I hate yes men people and motherfuckers that just go along with anything, no backbone. Like, fuck, bro, I get it, it's 20 people and it's only you. You may have to, you know what I mean, fake the funk. I'm not gonna lie, not Superman. But just overall with your principles, you just been too much, especially if somebody is in position to look out for you. And you should be self-sufficient. You know what I mean? You should be self-sufficient. You know what I mean? Hello, hi, what's the word, young lady? You should be self-sufficient. You shouldn't really need that as an adult, man or woman, 50-50, I get it. But I hate motherfuckers like that on the job, in the streets, relationships, you know what I mean? Just your man's in them. And when you see it, they be like, fuck, you know what I mean? But with that being said, Deion, he left, you know what I mean? He going to Colorado, a bum-ass school. And I think they was good once. I'm not going to lie. When it comes to college football, I really don't know. I don't bet on it. If I do, it's maybe like the playoffs, the championships, which is coming up. Or if I think I've got to win. That's not my thing. I don't do it. But it's real big. Obviously, all these schools is big. It's big business. Like, shit is big. You know what I mean? Like Nino Brown said, this shit is big business. And this shit is big in Nino Brown. And, you know, he was at Jackson State at HBCU. And I never been to college. I've been upstate, but I've never been to college. I've been to, D.C., Howard Homecoming. Had a good time out there, you know, when they was doing their little thing. And, you know, you hear that those type of schools, but you black, are not like the other schools. And obviously you can see that I'm not naive to that fact. So anyway, he went to the Lowell Jackson State, made them a contender, 3 years, lost 5 games, 127, went undefeated this year. You know, possibly, allegedly, maybe kind of sort of had his office broken into, brought his son to be the quarterback. You know, he came out with some statements about the money and the tickets being sold because they sell out. He sold them out, and his personality is bigger than life. Like he was like that in the NFL, and obviously he took that approach, and just his charisma is he's just that dude, even in his earlier years. So anyway, long story short, y'all seeing the videos. If you're not, the last game of the season, we petty as fuck. So I mean, like we petty as fuck. Shout out to Holiday. That's the name of her song, Petty as Fuck. You know what I mean? And the song is real petty as shit she's saying. And we all know people who can be petty, myself included. I ain't gonna lie. Get me in the right mood, get me in the feeling, or I feel some type of way. Yes, Lee can be very petty. And that's just what it is as humans. I'm not bragging on it. I'm just saying, yes, I have the capability of stooping that level, and I have. I'd be a motherfucking liar if I sat on my show and said that I can't. And the people that know me know I can do it too. And again, that's something we all should, try not to be. But with that being said, they was playing the motherfucking song. Mind you, they playing a game. He's coaching in his last game. They going undefeated. You know what I mean? This game makes them undefeated. And they playing, you can hit the road, Jack, and all these other, songs and shit. Being, to me, disrespectful. He came to your town, or to your program rather, elevated you, put you on the map, and although other people have been doing that, he's done it the way he's done it, and took less money, gave money back, utilized his resources with certain connections and stuff like that. I don't think he deserved that. And then now let's get to the sellout part. Let's see, like, my purpose is to still mentor young black boys to young black men, like boys to men. And there's going to be black folks at this college too, and I get it, man. And then there's also was white folks at the college he was, coaching at. No matter, I'm not one with even though I quote, oh, you black a lot. I don't consider myself one way or another when it comes to race. Like, listen, treat me with respect, treat me with courtesy, treat me with common decency, and I'm gonna extend that all day. I don't give a fuck who you are. You know what I mean? That's just me. And we all may have our little biases or trepidations when it comes to motherfuckers, like, you know what I mean? But that's everybody. And you could fake the funk and say, oh, nah, I love and everybody, but you got some type of biasness or some type of preconceived stereotypes about a group or a race. It just is what it is, right? And so he like, yeah, I'm going to be mentoring and coaching other black people and it's bigger than this. And then you hear that, oh, he was getting 300,000. Now he getting 300 million, or I think it's 5 million actually. 5 or 3 million between that number, like 1.5. So the money is bigger. And people are like, he's selling out. There's people like him. We ain't building our own institutions. And you definitely hear me, talk on the channel about unifying, buying, keeping that money circulating in the community. Like my seeds grow with his seeds, marry his seeds. That's how we keep Wu-Tang money all up in the family. That's how you keep the money circulating. And we're gonna speak about Kyrie in a minute. I don't think he's a sellout. I don't be quick to call people coons. I don't be quick to call people sellouts. I don't be quick to call people snitches or certain labels, like especially without the proof. Reliable sources. That's just me, you know what I mean? Because I don't want no stigmas or labels put on me, even though people gonna talk, say what the fuck they want to say anyway. But I'm just saying on a personal level, as far as my own integrity, and I'm big on integrity because if you don't have no integrity as a man or a woman, then you might as well be a fucking pig. You might as well be a fucking turtle. You might as well, you know what I mean, like be something else. Because as a human being, you're not going to get far. You're not going to have good relations. People not going to fuck with you. Once I know your integrity is shot, I can't fuck with you. I'm not going to wish bad on you. I'm still going to want you to succeed because I'm not praying on really nobody downfall. You know what I mean? Like niggas pray on your downfall, but every time you hit the ground, you bounce up like ground ball. I'm not praying on nobody downfall. I just won't fuck with you. I just keep it from afar. Like, you know what I mean? Some people don't get that. They just get the nod. You know what I mean? And then some people get the hug and the love. You know what I mean? This is what it is, what it is. I'm not going to call him that. I will say that he did say some comments like, yo, you know, the playing field is not level, so I'm here to do X, Y, Z. And when you was living one way, like, oh, you a Muslim now, no more dope games. Like, you was living one way, now you Christian, now you Muslim. I mean, I'm being funny, but I'm not. I'm being funny, but I'm not. You was smoking cigarettes, and now you took your shahada. You still smoke every now and then, but people want to point you out. Oh, you smoking cigarettes? You know what I mean? They want to point out the hypocrisy or the not overnight turn. I would say, the quick overnight flip, the microwave. And I'm only pointing that out to say we all, may want better, have good intentions, because that's what it's really about. Intentions. What's your intentions with a situation? How you dealing with somebody? And I'm saying that to say, even if he was saying he was the fucking savior, put the clove on, you know what I mean? Like when motherfucking James Brown, when he used to get down, if you're too young, you don't know what I'm talking about. His performance when it's challenged and it's time to perform for you niggas. You know what I mean? Are you not entertained? He used to get down and then, you know what I mean, wanted the bandman to come out, put the cape on him because he just finished performing the spectacular views for you. We all can, have grandeur, say stuff, and then fall short. But the thing is, people are quick to point out, like, oh, you Muslim now. You don't supposed to be smoking cigarettes. Oh, you don't supposed to be doing this. Oh, you don't supposed to be doing this. Oh, you doing that. Oh, you doing this. Like it's not a process. Like you wasn't living 15 years saying liked it is. You know what I mean? And now you saying liked. You know what I mean? Or looked at it, you saying shit wrong because you miseducated. Or you was living a certain way, and then it take time. Some people excel quicker than others, but we be quick to point out, like, you know what I mean? I thought she wasn't doing that. She said she wasn't drinking sodas no more. She was on her vegan diet. As soon as when you have a little lamb chops, you slip, people is on your ass. Like, have a seat. This is my life. Like, la, 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 la. Wait till I get, like, this is my life. You live yours. Fuck is you trying to tell me how I need to live my life? And I went off a little bit, but I'm saying, even if he said that shit, he allowed to go to a better job, go somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean? We supposed to stay stuck at Jackson State forever. And now that he brought spotlight to it, maybe somebody else will come through. Do I think that we still need to do business with each other and, cut off the middleman in a lot of instances? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We need more, obviously if we stop going to these institutions, we can build our own because the majority of the athletes are African American, all black or whatever, oh, but you black, the entertainers, the actors, we got the bread and the resources. For some reason, we just don't pull together enough. Maybe we still operating under, subliminal shit that they planted in us. Who knows? I don't got all the answers, but I hope Kyrie got the answer to this. So let's talk about this other story. And I covered Kyrie Irving as well. You know what I mean? I fuck with Irving. He made statements like the earth is flat. And, obviously come out and said some stuff we can maybe look at it with the side eye. But overall, I fuck with him. Not just because of the recent niggas to Negroes, Negroes to Hebrews to Negroes, which I looked at the documentary on Amazon, paid for it, rented it. Good looking good looking NBA and all of the networks. And I talked about that in the last live that I did. I watched the documentary, etc. But we know that he's no longer, a Nike athlete. And it's a story coming out now, maybe kind of sort of. I recorded it. Let's see.
Spent their hard-earned money on anything I have ever released. I consider you family, and we are forever connected. It's time to show how powerful we are as a community.
All right, so
that's what Kyrie Irving had to say after the.
So Kyrie, he came out and said, let me read that statement again for you, and y'all could just see, so you can see it as Kyrie. That's his Twitter, Instagram shit. So anyway, we know Nike dropped him. The owner came out, sitting on his fucking platform, talking to the other white joint. Like, yeah, you crossed the line and there ain't no going back. And, we severed ties with him. Pretty much he's done. He's from Queens now. He's done. Like, did it and done. He's done. He like, listen, anyone who ever spent their hard-earned money on anything I have ever released sneaker-wise, I consider you family, and we are forever connected. It's time to show how powerful we really are as a community. And then I want to get into this right here. Where's this shit at? So I recorded the video, but it's in that phone. Fuck. It's in the phone I'm recording it. But anyway, let's go to the person Instagram though. We can do that. So it was a guy on Instagram named Shay Collections, black brother. Oh, but you black. And he had came out after, when all this shit was coming out with Kyrie, like, yo, I'm a designer of sneakers. I got the infrastructure, I got the know-how, I got the knowledge, I got everything in place pretty much. Fuck with me, like, fuck with me, I got it, like, and we could make a change, like, we could do some shit together, and possibly you could own 100% of the, your shit, and we could make it happen together and make some money together. And I thought that was dope. If I'm not mistaken, LeVar Ball of the Mellow Brothers, big baller brand, he also came out and, extended that invitation, if you will, to Kyrie Irving. And I thought that was dope. That, and I think other athletes should do this. Obviously, Adidas, Nike, we buy their shit, or we was buying it, we may or may not be still buying it. But if we do that, with, possibly what he's going to do, then I think that makes it, all the better. But let's go to the brother collection. I just want to show y'all. Plus, I didn't look it up yet. Here you go right here. Like he made a post. I want to try to show y'all the post. After he made the post, is this the post right here?
Just found out that Kyrie Irving is no longer a Nike athlete. So I'm making this video to reach out to the brother Kyrie. If any of you watching this right now know Kyrie or know how to get in contact with Kyrie Irving, please share this video with him. And brother Kyrie, hit me up. I have the skill set. I have the infrastructure. I have everything that you need to make your own signature shoe where you can have 100% ownership of your own shoe.
That's what's up.
Let me help you, and let's show the world what we could do when we come together, and how we don't need these companies to back our ideas or fund our dreams. Because your oppressor is not going to finance your freedom. We can show the whole world right now something amazing. You're a top tier athlete.
Yeah, sure is.
And to have your own shoe that's quality, not no cheap shoes. I'm talking quality. I'm talking to the level that you are used to, the excellence that you are used to. Mm-hmm. I can help you bring that to life. Good morning, everybody.
So that's
I just
the brother.
found out that.
Know what I mean? Just wanted to be accurate. And then he released this. Said he got a meeting with Kyrie. So I think that's dope. One, that he was like, shout outs to everybody that shared the video, reposted, etc. Anybody that know Kyrie, hit him on the bat line, and let's see if we can work it out. I don't know why he didn't mess with LeVar. Maybe he didn't like the baller brand. I know who was it? Not LaMelo. LeVar. No, yeah, the one that was on the Lakers. Man, he on Chicago now. Anyway, they got the similar names. He left baller brand and went to Nike, and I know it was that whole thing, but what LeVar was trying to do, I totally fuck with that. I ain't gonna lie. So this is the response.
Good morning, and first and foremost, let me say thank you to everybody who reposted my video, tagged Kyrie, his team, in my post, or just let them know who I was, what I was trying to do. I'm happy to tell you guys that I do have a meeting set up with the team.
That's what's up.
And I hope everything goes dope, man. Regardless of however it goes, I just want to help. Like, I just want to be able to be a part of the change and the paradigm shift of showing that we can, you know what I'm saying? We can do whatever we set our minds to. I'm talking in anything, in any aspect of life, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely would love to be a part of that change and that revolution, you know what I'm saying? So, but it wouldn't happen without all you guys tagging and sharing that video, man. So thank you, everybody. You know, wish me luck. Peace.
Right. Wish him luck. I definitely I wish him luck. Kyrie could be the first, and then other prominent athletes, and even not prominent. You know what I mean? Like, just jump on board. It don't got to be with him. Maybe we don't want him to monopolize. Like I said, maybe we can fuck with the big baller brand and this other brands. These people right here is being sued. My son was talking about it, but I actually brought before my son was talking about it. Let me see if I can find the shit real quick. But yeah, you know what I mean? This is my Instagram page for those who don't fuck with. I'm about to point y'all to this video right here. And y'all know I be doing the most sometimes. You know what I mean? I be doing the most. Y'all nigga be dark night and it and all that. Yeah, kid! That feeling? Anyway, these are the shoes I'm rocking. Oh, but you black.
Shout out to the locks. Yeah, locks from y'all, because not the winner, chicken dinner. Shout out to the locks.
This was in the summertime.
What's baby?
Yeah. I got 4 pairs. Yeah, 4 pairs. They trying to, let me go to their page real quick.
Those y'all niggas be dark night in it and all that. Yeah, kid.
The air cars, they suing them. Oh, these look fire right here. I'm at the Oh, these shits look super fire. I'm gonna have to count these. Let me silence that. Oh, these is all the way fire. And he hit me on the bat line like y'all could give you for such and such. Not what I paid, because when I didn't even know they was black owned. Me and Gray, shout out to my nigga Gray. That's a side story. It's my show. You know what I mean? We was on in the Bronx and shit. You know what I mean? Had hit for some chicken dinners, feeling good. Went to go spend some money and treat a little self. You know what I mean? How the ladies and all that. You know, get your shit done. Treat a little self. Went to go cop some sneakers, brought a sweater and shit. And anyway, ran into a brother. He was trying to buy some other shit. He like, yo, you can fuck with these. You know what I mean? I brought the black joints. They are the locks. If I was driving, but on those particular sneakers, the black and white joints, it says the locks. That's why I'm like, the locks, not from Yonkers, but really from Yonkers, because they was honoring them. And I thought that was dope. But anyway, these joints look super fire. I'm not even going to front. That shit look fire. The brother was like, yo, this is a, you know, black brother and shit. You know what I mean? Woo, woo. And we paid price in the store, 3 and change. And I don't even do that. I'm just, you know, I don't talk about certain shit in the show, whatever, because I don't be wanting certain messages. But I don't really spend a lot of money on clothes no more. I shop at the cheap store. I do look for black owners because I'm black. And I'm not strictly that. I buy other stuff too if I like it. The point is, shit is all material shit. Like, I'm going to make it look good because I'm wearing it. Like, you know what I mean? Regardless of what it is, I'm going to put it together nicely. Like, nice. So it don't got to be Balenciaga. It don't got to be Gucci and all this other shit that we hold up here. It could be some black design. It could be some shit that's regular, $10. And the way I'm a rocker, you're going to be like, yo, what's that? I'm like, oh, this, you know what I mean? Such and such. You're going to be like, oh, word? And it's happened plenty of times. Anyways, long story short, he showed me the black joints. He showed me the joints I ain't even wear yet. And the Boston ones last year, this was when the finals. Like I said, it's Boston lost to Golden State. I brought the green and white ones to match with this Boston hat right here. I was killing them at the Heaven Up in Harlem. I mean, shout out to my nigga Nico. Shout out to everybody that was involved in the Heaven Up in Harlem. You know what I mean? 17 years strong. So anyway, I went and killed them with that. And because I brought 4 pair, Gray brought 4 or 3 pair, and we spent a couple of dollars in it. It was like 3 and change a piece. Dude hit me on the bat line after I tagged him, like, yo, I got you for such and such, you know what I mean? So his Instagram is, because I keep showing it, it's AirKiy. So that's AIRKIY_. Go check them out on Instagram, black owned. I fucks with them. Maybe Kyrie can fuck with them, but I'm pointing them out. Now without it moving, this how they look. I think I'm gonna hit him up for these. These shit's fire. Got a nice sweater to wear with those. Yeah, these are super fire. Look at this right. These is super fire. Nice, right? I think they fire. Anyway, Nike is suing them, trying to fuck their franchise up because although it looked like a lightning bolt, Shazam, you know, Nike is like, and this is how they get us. In business, they got the lawyers, they got the money, they got the juice crews and all that shit. I'm being funny, but I'm fucking not. They put little, you know, laws in it, you know, because we catching up, we playing catch up. We starting the race off late, a lot of us, and this is going back, you know, obviously in time. Now as well, but it's really no excuses now. I don't even give myself no excuse. Ain't nobody coming to save me. Like, nobody coming to save you. You either get it or you go and get it. Like, you up or you stay down. But it is shit in place, like lookalike infringement, so that nobody else could, you know, like this shit don't look like, I don't think a Nike at all. I see a fucking lightning bolt. But because Nike got the check, you can know they're like, yo, you looking like us. What you think? I mean, even if it is, it's not exactly the same. And, you know, because it's black owned, I think they got a lot of business generating. They don't want them to shine. So it's like, nah, we're going to shut that shit down. We're going to bury you in legal fees until you can't do it no more. And maybe that's why he hit me on the bat line like, y'all got him for such and such. How many more you want? You know what I mean? So I think Kyrie should do it. If he don't do it, then, you know, maybe he'll go somewhere else, and that's fine too. He could go wherever he want to go. I think he should do it. And I think more athletes should do it. Let's get to this last shit before we get to the picks. How long we been on this shit? Let's get to this other shit. This probably won't take too long. It ain't really that big of a deal. You see a lot of channels talking about it, maybe because it's her. But anyway, Keke Palmer, you know what I mean? She prego, you know what I mean? She was on Saturday Night Live. Happy Friday to those tuning in. Hope your weekend is blessed. Hope you have a good weekend. I'm hoping to have a great weekend. Yeah, kid, that feeling. She came out, you know, when I was talking about, people was talking about her makeup, how she ugly. You sure is ugly. You told Harpo to beat me, and I don't think she's ugly. I think she's attractive. Like, damn, shorty could get it. You're a little older now, you know what I mean? Ain't no spring chicken from when she was on Disney and, you know, when she first had her come up. But she pregnant. Congratulations to her and the baby daddy, because she not married. And that's what I want to talk about real quick. I don't really give a fuck that she not married or not. She's rich. Like, I'm rich, bitch. Like Rick James. So she not like the regular degular women. So that's the only distinction I want to make. To the people in Harlem, people in the Bronx, people in Maryland, you live in Arkansas, you regular degular. You trying to work, you trying to figure it out. You can't do what she do. You can't do what the rich do. The baby daddy can leave her. She don't never gotta become a wife. She's still gonna be good. Her baby is still gonna be good because she got money. She's a famous person and she got money, and that's what it really boils down to. Like, people with no money act like money is in everything. I'm having a good time. They just try to ruin it. I know you like money is in everything, and I say that shit too, but money makes the world go round, and money can get you into places and stuff. And people too as well, obviously, influence and shit like that. But I'm saying that to say this. The baby mama culture been being pushed. I'm going to say I probably had blinders on to it, like, oh, my eyes. Like Phoebe, when she was being nosy looking across the street on Friends and she seen them fucking and all that, she like, oh, goodness, my eyes. I probably been a little blind to it because, I ain't got no kids. You know what I mean, from myself and shit. I just really, got people in your family and your friends, and you have co-workers and shit. And you say, damn, there's a lot of baby mamas, and the champion of it, the proudness of it, the brashness of it. Like, men is not needed. You know what I mean? And again, she got a man now, so you can't get pregnant. Well, you can. You can go to the clinic and you can get a sperm donor. So I'm just saying that all to say what's good for some people is not good for everybody. I think it is being pushed. That that's cool. And I know I'm old enough. Even though I'm not old, I'm older, and I hope to be old one day. You know what I mean? God willing, inshallah, as we say. I'm young. I'm old enough to know that it was shunned upon. It was looked with a side eye, or you had to get a shotgun marriage, or you cared about how people viewed you and your family when you went to church, and people talking about you. You didn't really care if people thought you was loose or fast. Not so much nowadays. In fact, it's you can make somebody feel ashamed, and you can guilt somebody into not agreeing that you got a fans only, or you a streetwalker. Like, this is just the times we living in, and I'm not shocked and amazed when you put the beat on. Like, when you put the beat on, you will be shocked and amazed. That's a Biz Marl reference. Rest in peace, Biz Marl. On the contrary, I'm not shocked and amazed at all. I'm dealing with it now. I realize that I'm living in a reality. I'm saying it for my little cousins, for my little nephews, for them to know that that's, marriage is not really a big thing no more. Especially in the community, it's not really that. It's like you can have a kid and, move on and move through life and be cool with that. And a lot of women are choosing to do that. Again, she's rich, so she can do that. Regardless if he get in a car accident, because he don't got to leave. And a lot of these little channels and other, podcasts and shit, when they talking about it, they're like, he could just leave her. She's just going to be a baby mama and this and this and that. He could just up and leave. And I think his name is Jesse. He lesser than her. I think she's more famous than him. He's an actor too or some shit like that. Maybe a B, C level actor. I don't know the brother. Light-skinned brother. You know what I mean? And I'm happy for them. But if he gets killed or he in an accident, she's going to be good. For you in Brooklyn or you in Atlanta or you in D.C., young lady, that may not be you. I mean, if you don't got the necessary, resources around you, your moms or your big sis or people that can help you, the baby, the father who should be number one, then it could get a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous for you. So just be mindful of your choices. And that's for men and women. We got to be careful with who we lay down with and, choose to procreate with. You can lay down with whoever you want. If she look good to you, and she look great to me. Fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? Niggas watching you fucking just to hate on your bitches. Niggas breaking the rules. Niggas faceless as bitches like a Rick Ross. Like, these niggas gonna hold me back. Like, people always watch what you doing to judge and to fucking, making opinions. And it is what it is. Just don't make the wrong decision that you're going to be paying for maybe down the line. Ladies and gentlemen and lowlifes. All right, let's get to the picks. You know what it is. For those that stuck around for this little 50-something minutes we've been on here, we rocking. It's Friday night. I'm chilling. I'm vibing. Let's get to the winners now. Let's get to the picks. What week we in? 14, I believe. We sure is. Last week, we went 8 out of 7, 15 games, counting the Thursday game. And that's just picking the games. And again, while that's important, because I tell y'all, I pick all the games just for fun. I give out my picks for the channel. But I don't bet on all of the games. I bet on the locks, not from Yonkers. The locks that got me the winner chicken dinners last week. Yeah, out of the locks, we went 5 out of 6. 1 picks. So we hit last week. Yeah, kid, that feeling. And we're going to just run back through it real quick before we get into these picks. The locks last week was Minnesota. They beat the Jets. Spread was 3. It was close, though. I ain't going to lie. Shit was a little shaky, a little nervous. But they beat the Jets. That was easy money. We had San Fran over Miami. Tua, Tunga, Valoa, and them boys. I think the spread was 3.5, too. That was easy money. San Fran. Shout out to my nigga Dre, though. Shout out. You be home soon. Shout out to my nigga Dre. He a San Fran fan. We had Vegas. The Las Vegas Raiders. And I'm not even looking at who they played. I'm just looking at my sheet. They won last week. Then who did the Raiders beat last week? Was it New Orleans? I think it was New Orleans. That was a lock. That was easy money. We had the Dallas Cowboys Sunday Night Football. Shout outs to hello, hi, hello. We know you a Cowboys fan. You know what I mean? Y'all won last week and we took y'all. They was giving 11 or 10.5 to Indianapolis and they spanked them boys like, did not tell you not to come in this house. Like you got your ass whip. They bust their ass. And that was a lock last week. Then we had Kansas City as a lock. And we lost that. Kansas City over, no, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we had Kansas City over, who they played last week? Cincinnati Bengals. And we was like, they beat them, not 1, not 2. They can't beat them 3 times, right? No, they beat them 3 times. And we fucking lost. And that's the locks right there. All right, let's get into this week's. Oh, before we get into the locks and we get into the picks, for the total for the season, overall, all the picks, we 102 and 91. So we are 11 games over 500, which is excellent. And out of the locks, we 41 for 35. So we 6 games over 500. And that's last week. The week before that, we went 0 for 5. So we had some stinkers. All right, let's get to it. Where my sheet at? Let's go. Sunday fun day. First game, let's go. New York Jets at Buffalo. Buffalo Bills. Von Miller. He like, yo, I'm going to be back in a week. I'm going to miss 1 week. Then I'm going to be back. Come to find out, he had the knee ending surgery, and he's out for the season. No more. He's out of here. Do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video, all that shit out of here. No more Von Miller. Buffalo giving 10 to the Jets. Jets lost a tough one last week, a close one that they possibly could have won because the dude did catch the touchdown at the end of the game, and then he fumbled the ball. And he didn't catch it, and that's why they lost. That would have gave them the lead. This weekend, Jets already beat Buffalo home real quick. Let me just see what they beat them by. They beat them by 3. At the Jets, I think it's another close game. I like the Jets with that 10. Jets getting 10. I like the Jets with the 10. Let me see what the public say. I'm going to start telling y'all what the public is saying. Public is saying 65% they like the Jets with the 10. 94% money line with Buffalo, and just so the people can know, money line for Buffalo to win is minus 550, meaning you have to put up $550 in order to get $100. I don't like those odds. Next game, Cleveland at Cincinnati. Cleveland getting 5.5 in the hook. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Deshaun Watson, first game back, played his old team, looking a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous. And that's to be expected after 700 fucking days of not playing football. The team carried him, and they won 27. Let me see real quick. They won 27-14. They covered the spread. We had Cleveland last week as one of the picks. This weekend, getting 5.5 on the road. Joe Burrow hasn't beaten Cleveland yet. Although they keep beating Kansas City, they haven't beaten Cleveland yet. I think he's 0-3. I think they win this week, but they're not going to cover that 5.5. I think Deshaun Watson gets a little better and keeps getting a little better as the rest of the season progresses. I like Cleveland with that 5.5. Next game, Houston, who they beat last week, at the Dallas Cowboys. The boys, how about them Cowboys? They giving 17 points. Sheesh. 17, dacking them. Are they going to get up for this game? They did beat the shit out of Minnesota. They did beat the shit out of Indianapolis. Are they going to beat the shit out of the Houston Texans, or are they going to, who they play the week after that? Let's see real quick. Because this be all on the fly. They play the Jaguars next, then the Eagles. This is not going to be a look-ahead game. I got the Cowboys to win. I got the Cowboys to cover. Even if they take Dak out in the fourth quarter, put rushing. I think Houston is also going back to Patty Mills. I think that's his name. I'm thinking of Patty Mills from Brooklyn. Patty Mills, yeah, I think that's his name, Mills. I think they're going back to him. I think it doesn't matter. I like Dallas to win, Dallas to cover. It's probably going to be something like 34-16, 14, some shit like that. Next game, Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. The Lions giving 2. Ooh, Holly Berry. Detroit is trash. Let's be clear. I fuck with Jalen Rose. Detroit is trash. However, they have been winning of late. And we had them last week too against Jacksonville. So like I said, we went 8-7, which is 15 games. But out of the locks, we went 5 or 6. So that's all that really fucking matters. But we did have Detroit. They lost to Minnesota earlier in the season at Minnesota. Let me go check the score real quick. They lost week 3 at Minnesota, 28-24. It was a close game. Let me see. Look at the box score real quick. Lions 7 in the first quarter, zip. Second quarter, 14, Minnesota 7. Lions 10 in the third quarter, the zip. And then in the last quarter, the Vikings scored 14 to zip. Do you like that? Kirk Cousins, do you like that? I always look at spreads when the bum teams, like look at the records. Vikings is 10-2. Only 2 losses on the season. One to the Dallas Cowboys and the other 2. And who else they lost to? Let's see real quick. Just out of curiosity. Oh, the Eagles. 2 good teams. A lot of people think the Eagles is the best team in football right now, not only record-wise, just overall. Like they've been balling. Fly, Eagles, fly. And I'm a New York Giant fan, so of course we don't fuck with the Eagles. You know what I mean? But anyway, when it comes to like the bum teams, like Detroit is 5-7. Holly Berry. They have been playing well lately in their last 3 games. Last 5 games. They beat the shit out of Jacksonville, 40-14. Spanked them boys. Lost to Buffalo, 25-28. Beat my Giants at New York Metal. I was surprised on this one. 31-18. Beat the Bears. Bears is trash. 31-30. I had the Bears in that game. And they beat the Packers 15-9. They at home. I think Vikings will win, but I'm going to go with Detroit. This is why I'm going to go with Detroit. Newsflash. Lee, Popovich TV as well, shares the views of Lee. I'm speaking third party, and I'm being funny, but I'm not. Think sports is rigged. Right, I think sports is rigged. Can't prove it, can't say for sure, but I just think it, I know it, I believe it. I've seen instances, and I've pointed it out. So it is proof. Got to go with Detroit because they're giving it to Vegas like they are the favorites, so I'm going to take them as the favorites. And the public is on the Vikings. So that's another reason why I'm going to go with Detroit, because the public is on the Vikings. I like the Vikings too, but it's like, damn, Vikings, Detroit, Vegas saying they going to lose? I'm going to go with Vegas. No other real reason. Next game, Philly at my said New York Giants. Is New York in the house? Is Brooklyn in the house? Brooklyn won tonight too. Uptown in the house. Shallon are in the house. Like everybody, are you in the house? New York Giants getting 7 from the best team in football. I think they played as well too. Let me check real quick. Did they play this season yet? Regular season, where's the Giants at? They didn't play. We're going to play the last game of the season as well against the Eagles. So that's what we close the season out with. I like the Giants. I'm not being a homer. I don't bet with the Giants. I don't bet with the Knicks. I have, though. But I mean, like, overall on the consistent. I don't bet with the New York teams because the New York teams are trash. Yes, sprinkle some dirt on them. They're trash. Only New York team you could bet with in the regular season, is the New York Yankees. You could bet with the Islanders too. But other than that, you're going to lose betting with the New York teams. Anyway, Philly, who they play next week? They play the Bears. They're not going to overlook the Giants. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Philly will win the game. But I'm going to go with New York to keep it close. Hopefully they can run the ball with Saquon Barkley. Next game, Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Baltimore lost Lamar Jackson. He's day-to-day, week-to-week, had the knee injury. You know, lost last week. No, they won last week by 1 point. They didn't cover. They was favored by 6.5 against Denver. Russell Wilson is trash. He got hurt. Hurley came in. He's not under contract. Bet on himself. Not really looking MVP-ish. Although they still got an 8-4 record. He might miss 2 weeks. Pittsburgh, as of late, won 3 in a row. Like, Pittsburgh motherfucking won 2 in a row. Will they win 3 in a row? Negative. They giving 2. And unlike, even though Detroit is giving 2 too, I like Baltimore. Matter of fact, let me see if they played them already. Steelers, they played them yet? They didn't play them yet. They played the Steelers this week, and they played them week 17. I like Baltimore. I think they could get past Pickett. It's a close game. They win by a field goal. They probably got the better kicker. Next game, Jacksonville Jaguars at Tennessee. Tennessee was a lock last week. We lost. That was the only one loss that we had was Tennessee. This week they at home. They're giving 3.5 to Jacksonville. Jacksonville, they got their ass whipped last week. I think they go back to their losing ways. I think Tennessee cannot afford to lose. The 0.5 point give me a little cause for pause. If you want to take Tennessee money line, like if you're trying to make them a strong pick, their money line is what's their odds? Their odds of money line is 195. So you got to bet $195 in order to get $100, which would be $295. The public is on Jacksonville 53% with the 3.5. I think this is a bounce back game for Tennessee. I like Tennessee. And I think Derrick Henry and them right the ship this week. Next game, Kansas City at Denver. Denver getting 9. Kansas City coming off that loss to Joe Burrow. Patrick Mahomes was limping at the end. Looked like he got shot in the ass. Like Denzel Washington said, just shot me in the ass. Like you walking limping off the field. And I had Kansas City and I was mad because I had them on a 6 pick. It was a good ticket. I think it was $88 for like 3,000 and something. And that was one of the fucking losses on it. I was tight. Like, damn, y'all can't beat these bum ass niggas. Like, you know what I mean? You should be able to beat Joe Burrow. You lose 3 times to these boys. Like, not 1, not 2, like 3 times like LeBron James. They lost tonight too to Philly. We had Philly tonight though. They giving 9. Denver got a good defense. Did they play each other this year already? It's a division game. So sometimes you got to be a little careful with that. They didn't play them yet. They're going to play them at Kansas City, week 17. Do I think Denver could hang around? No. I like Kansas City to bounce back. I don't think Russell Wilson and them are going to be able to score enough points. I think Kansas City 31-17, 31-20, something like that. Even if Denver is able to put up 2 touchdowns and a field goal, even 3 touchdowns, I think Kansas City put up 31. That's the number I'm going with. I like Kansas City to win in the cover. Next game, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady, we had them as a lock last week. They won money line. They at San Fran, Jimmy Garoppolo. A lot of quarterbacks got hurt last week. Jimmy Garoppolo is out for the rest of the season. Maybe can come back for the playoffs, divisional round right before the Super Bowl. Who knows? Don't need surgery though, so I guess that's a good thing. Tom Brady going against his home, childhood team. He grew up, he said, being a 49ers fan. Again, shout out to my nigga Dre, Joe Montana. They giving 3.5. The rookie is in now. What is his name? Prudy, Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the draft, the 6th round or the 7th round pick. He looked good last week, and they played, who they played again last week, San Fran? Played the Dolphins, and we had San Fran as a lock last week. Didn't know Jimmy G was going to get hurt, but Tampa Bay need this game. Will the offense show up? I got San Fran to win. I got San Fran to cover. I don't think Tom Brady going to be able to stand the pass rush of or the Bosa boy. I think San Fran defense get at Brady. He gonna be standing there back there like Sub-Zero, and it's gonna be Scorpion. Get over here. I like San Fran to win in the cover. Next game, Seattle at home, giving 3.5. It's a lot of half points this week. Damn, let me see real quick. 1, 2, 3. Oh, only 3. Then I guess only 3. They giving Carolina 3.5. They still playing Sam Darnold. Baker Mayfield got traded, won the game last night. We had the Rams getting 5.5, but honestly, I did not think Baker Mayfield would get off a plane, not having played, not knowing the playbook, and beat the Las Vegas Raiders. But this is why I took them. No other reason. I'm on CBS Sports. I was about to say Caesars Sports app, but it's CBS Sports. CBS Sports. So they last year I did it, but I was like did it, wasn't doing it, did it, wasn't doing it, because it wasn't paying no money and it was taking time away from me. But it's a pool. Every week you put your picks in, you bet all of the games for free. And at the end, I think if you win like the top 10, you get like 25,000 or 250, like 250,000, something like that. So this week right here, I'm in first place so far. You see right there, first place for the season. I'm 109. Not bad. I don't know how many people is playing because I never scroll all the way down. But anyway, you can see Popovich. You see I got the Rams there, and you also can see what's the percentages. Oh, when I seen this is when I changed it. Because Joe Public, that be you guys, people that don't know sports is rigged. You see it says, let me get up so you can see. You see it say 92% Raiders going to win. 92% Raiders going to win and cover 5.5. And then you see 8% Rams. I'm pointing that out to say sports is rigged. That's what I believe. You can believe it if you want to believe it. You cannot believe it if you want to believe it. But because I bet every day, and this is what I do, because that's my money, son. This is my money. This is fake money, but you get the point. I don't play around. I bet. This is what I do. I looked at this shit. I said, what? Anytime I see anything over 79, 81%, I don't always jump out the window. You got to be smart when you bet, because that's your money, son. And you can lose your fucking house, your car, your shirt, your girl, your kids. Like, they taking everything away. Like, do you ever think about when you out here, you hanging it up because you lost everything, like that dude in Vegas in the hallway? And I feel for him. He was like, he said he lost everything. And I believe he lost everything. When I see the public is betting one way, what's the example I give y'all? Right. 10 million over here, 10 million, or even 100, 10 million, 1 billion. If you can sway the game either way, if you was in control, I'm talking about, which way would you sway it? Hello? You play to win the game, right? 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, 2 billion? Duh. Hello? Taking the fucking billion. It's easy. That's why you see that green. That's why you see that green right there. I had the Rams. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out so you don't think I'm capping. No cut this week. So you don't think I'm capping. Anyway, I like Seattle. I like Seattle to cover. Sam Darnold, I don't believe in him. I think it's just Carolina is trash. There's really no rhyme or reason. Last game of the night, Miami at the Chargers. Chargers getting 3. They at home. Miami still on the West Coast, if you will. San Fran, now they at the LA Chargers. I think it's a bounce back game for Miami. I think Miami will win. I think Miami will cover the spread. I think Miami will cover the spread. All right, let's get to the locks. We've been on here for a little while now. Thanks for everybody tuning in. I appreciate you. You could be anywhere in the world, but you fucking with Popovich. Shout out to my nigga Mac, man. Like, you know what I mean? Mac, what up? All right, let's get to the locks. Let's get to the locks. Not from Yonkers. The locks that get us the winner chicken dinners. We going with, it's going to be a little shaky for y'all. We going with Cleveland with that 5.5 at Cincinnati. We going with Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, he going to show a little magic. We going with Baltimore on the road at Pittsburgh getting 2. We going with San Francisco back-to-back. We had them last week. We going with San Fran again this week against Tom Brady. We going with Geno Green. I always say Geno Green, but his name is really Geno Smith. They write me off, but I ain't right back. We going with Geno Smith. And we going with, who is that? Cleveland, Baltimore, San Fran, Seattle. We going with the New York Giants. 7 points, division game. I'm going to be mad as a motherfucker if they blow my Giants out. One, because I'm rooting for my Giants. I'm not going to bet on them. No, I am going to bet on the Giants. I like the Giants as a lock this week, only because they're getting 7. I think they will keep it close. I think they're going to lose. Philly is a better team. But if Saquon can run the ball, if they can keep the game within striking distance and they don't got to throw the ball, if Philly get up big and they got to throw the ball, then they probably are going to get blown out. But I'm going to go with the Giants. Last game, I'm going to go with Detroit. I know my picks is a little crazy this week. They're like, yo, you sure you want to take these teams? But that's who I'm taking. This is the locks right here. Not from Yonkers. The locks to get us the winner chicken dinners. Here they go. Cleveland, Detroit, Baltimore, Giants, San Fran, and Seattle. That's who I'm taking. I'm gonna do a parlay with all of the teams, $100. That's 48-41. Then I'm going to bet the smart way and the right way, individually, 1 picks. That's how you win. Gambling is legal now in certain states. If you in that state like New York, Jersey, you know what I mean, certain places, Seattle, and you could bet, it's just like stocks. I mean, obviously, stocks is a little different. Plus, you keep getting residual. You know, you get her. You know, it's different. But I mean it in the sense of you can win every day. You can win every week if you do a little studying, if you be disciplined, and you know you follow somebody that know what they're doing. At least got some insight on sports. You just can't just jump in and bet on sports and you don't know. And yeah, you can win. You just can't bet too many parlays. That's how you lose. If you bet, for instance, like the 6 pick I just gave y'all, one of those teams lose, your ticket is gone. Your $100 is gone, and you don't win 48-41. And I hit a 6 pick a few times. Y'all seen it. Put it on Instagram, and like I said, I bet every day. It's not just NFL. I bet on the NBA as well. Tonight I had a good parlay. I had Brooklyn on there. They won, but they didn't cover. They was given 7 points. They needed to win by 8. They only won by 4, so I lost. I put up the picks all the time. Follow me, fuck with me, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you into sports, you want to know who you should bet, rock with the channel. Send me a Gmail, popovich@gmail, or you can jump on my Instagram, popovich_MAJ. Yeah, kid, you know what it is. Y'all was tuned in to your guy, Popovich. That's me. Popovich TV. That's my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, so sometimes we do what we want. We authentic, that feeling. Like Brittany Griner coming home today, that feeling. Having your first child, that feeling. Hitting the 6 pick for 48-41, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.